Hey, Richard Chapo here, internet lawyer down in San Diego, California. I advise online businesses on how to operate online without breaking the law. So today's video is a quick hitter. We're taking a look at COPPA and the obligations that exist when parents provide information regarding their kids to a website or app. So if you have a website or app and parents start publishing children's information on it, do you have any COPPA obligations? So COPPA is the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. It was enacted in 1998. And when you boil it all down, the basic idea behind COPPA is that you must have verified parental consent before you collect information from kids under 13 online. Now, one of the unique things about COPPA is it actually has an interesting limiter. And the limiter has to do with the source of the information. And the law is full of gray areas. That's where we lawyers make our money. But this is one area where we have no ambiguity. There's no vagueness or anything. This is a black and white letter of the law kind of situation. So what COPPA obligations exist when parents provide information regarding their kids to your website or app? And the answer is none. Zero. Zippo. Nada. And the reason for that is COPPA, the way it is drafted, only applies when the child who is under 13 offers the information. So if a child comes to your website and let's say you have a forum on model trains and the child fills out the registration information so they can get into the forum area to comment and look at trains. And as part of that process, they provide their name, email address, and they indicate that they are, let's say, 9 years old. Okay. Well, you have that personal information. That's clearly all their personal information, and they're under 9, so COPPA would apply. And you would need to get verified parental consent from the parents before collecting that information. Now, let's take the same scenario, and let's say dad and his 9-year-old son are trying to find joint hobbies they're interested in to spend time together. And they like model trains, and so they're on the web looking around. They find your website, and they go to the registration button, and dad fills it out. And he and the son log into the forum and start looking around. What COPPA obligations do you have at that point? And the answer is none, because dad provided the information. Dad filled out the registration form. The child did not. And so there you are. Again, it's only when the child provides the information. So what about a situation where you have divorced parents? Okay. Sometimes we see a scenario where the parents divorce. Things are not going well. They're not getting along well at all. Maybe mom has custody and dad gets onto Facebook and maybe he's had an adult beverage or two and starts saying some really nasty things and also reveals information regarding his child who's under 13. What COPPA obligations does Facebook have at that point? And the answer is none. Because again, the child is not the person providing the information. Does this mean that mom and the child have no remedy against dad for posting that information? No. They can go back to divorce court. There are remedies under family law. There may be remedies under other legal theories as well. But just under COPPA, just under the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, Facebook has no obligations at that point. Now, Facebook may set up its own policies and decide to do something different. But if you are a website or an app, it's just important to understand. If the child is not the one providing the information, there are no COPPA obligations. If the child provides the information, then there are COPPA obligations. Well, assuming the child's under 13. And that's the distinction. Again, black and white line. So there shouldn't be any confusion in this area. So anyways, that's it for today's video. If you have questions or comments, post them below. I'll be happy to answer them. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Have yourself a good one.